Hello everyone, today I'm here to talk about The Outlaws Scarlett and Browne by Jonathan Stroud. So Jonathan Stroud is the one who wrote the Bartimaeus trilogy, which I reviewed a couple of weeks ago. Super love, highly suggest. And after reading those books and knowing that I loved his other series, Lockwood and Co. as well, I was like, hey, I know he's written another series. I saw it on the bookshelf at the library. I don't know, probably within the last year. I just didn't have time to read it then. So I thought, yep, we're going to do this right now. So I read The Outlaws Scarlett and Browne, and once again, I just think Jonathan Stroud is a great writer. He gets right into the story. He doesn't spend a bunch of exposition time explaining what the world is. You just get that in this world, something catastrophic has happened, and people basically live in these cities. They are still cities, but live in these little, clusters of cities all along the Thames, or just like in England in general, not necessarily have to be along the Thames. You know what? I don't know English geography, okay? I have no idea how far the Thames goes into England or anything like that. Anyway, so they live along a river in England that in my head I just assume is the Thames. Okay, so and there's religious groups that run places, and there are these people called the Tainted who you obviously want to stay away from because they're the Tainted, and there's big giant animals that are way bigger than, wolves or otters or bears today, and they will eat you. And that's the premise, but he doesn't give that spiel that I just gave. It's like you learn that from the characters. Oh, she's afraid. Oh, she sees a giant wolf. Oh, she's going to the faith house. Oh, she has relics to sell. Oh, they're in a city by the river and you have to get permission to come in, and oh, stay away from the Tainted, Like, I really, really appreciate that because we just it's kind of like you're discovering more about the world as you're going through the story instead of having all this, like, heavy, like I said, exposition at the beginning. And it is about Scarlett, who's a bank robber trying to pay back a debt, and she comes into contact with Albert Browne and his mysterious backstory, which I'm not going to tell you. So I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to read the second one. There are 3 out as of now. In fact, I should see if the library, it's probably not open today, but it is Mother's Day, by the way, when I'm filming this. So happy late Mother's Day, because it's not going to be Mother's Day when you see this, but it is right now. So happy Mother's Day. It's really clever. I like the story. I like that clearly there's going to be some carry through to the other books because not everything has been resolved at the end of this one. And yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. Like his other books, it's clever, it's fun. I read it in like 2 days because I had to know Albert's backstory and I had to know what happened, and I had to see if some of the things that I thought were gonna happen actually did happen, and who are the Tainted and things like that. But you still don't know a lot about Scarlett herself and her backstory, so that's obviously and hopefully going to be explored in the next 2 books, as there are already 3 out. It's a fun little, like I said, it's like a bank robber survival story. They gotta keep on living, and I like how, I would say, different the characters of Scarlett and Browne are, and yet how you can see these undertones of how similar they are as well. Like, Albert is very, very naive, but he cares a lot about people and animals. And Scarlett is, she's always been taking care of herself. She's this bank robber. She's super smart. She's super agile. She seemingly doesn't care about other people. But, throughout the story you realize, oh, yeah, she does. She just doesn't like to show that, obviously, because she's the hardened criminal, and she has to take care of herself, and so she can't be busy having feelings for other people because that would mean she cares about them and she might actually have to help them, and but so you see these undertones are coming through, like they do have similar characteristics even though they're such different people. So yeah, you should totally check out The Outlaws Scarlett and Browne by Jonathan Stroud. Once again, I highly suggest any of his books. I don't think I've read any of his standalone novels. Neither do I know if he has any, but I'm certain that he does. I have read the Bartimaeus Quartet, or whatever I decided to call it, and the Lockwood and Co. series as well. So definitely check out his books. I would say this one's probably the most, like, I wouldn't say kid friendly. This book was in the kids section at the library for like kids, not even teens. I was like, I don't know if kids should be reading this book. Like teens for sure. And I feel like if you are younger and do want to read one of his books, I feel like the Bartimaeus trilogy is for older teens. Lockwood and Co. might be scarier for like super young kids or younger kids because it does deal with like ghosts, and ghosts are all over London is basically that world. This one still has like some heavy things and some scary things, but not as, I would say, not as scary or as not as like super adult as the other ones. So if you have a younger kid who wants to check out his books, I would probably start either with this one, or if they're not scared by ghosts, then Lockwood and Co. But once again, this was in the kids section. I would say don't read it unless you're at least like 12, 13-ish. And I'm not one to put age limits on books. I read Angels and Demons when I was 12, and I thought it was great. So, but I'm just like, there are some incidences of like violence, there's death, there's shootouts, because it's kind of like a Western. There's torture, not like graphic torture, but you know, it's like not a good world in which they live. So, just a warning. But I would say, as far as I remember, either this or Lockwood and Co. for younger readers. If they get easily spooked, probably this and not Lockwood Co. Lockwood and Co., sorry. And that is The Outlaws Scarlett and Browne by Jonathan Stroud. Per the usual, I don't have a question prepared. I thought about being like, who's your favorite outlaw? I don't know. Or like, what's your favorite outlaw movie? And lots of people are like, oh, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid is so good. I thought that movie was boring as all get out. I thought it was crap. I was not impressed by Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. So, I guess that's not a heist. They're breaking in. That's a heist, right? Favorite heist movie? That one's hard too. I just kind of like heist movies in general. I really liked Ocean's 11. I watched it recently and I wasn't as impressed as I was when I was like 13 and first saw Ocean's 11 but yeah, heist movies in general. I remember seeing Man on a Ledge and I liked it. Once again, I have not seen that movie in years. I think there was one called Tower Heist that I thought was fun. I'm trying to think. I don't know if I've actually seen... I really liked Now... Was it called Now You See Me? The magician heist movie. I liked that up. Like, the ending was kind of like mid, but I really liked the rest of the movie. So, and they have newer ones. I feel like the third or fourth one just came out. I don't even know how many there are now. I've only seen the first one, but I actually really enjoyed that one. Like, meh ending, but the rest of the movie was good, so that's fine. Yeah. So that was Outlaws Scarlett and Browne by Jonathan Stroud. Check it out. Also, share if you know someone who likes to read. Comment down below. Do you have a favorite heist movie, a favorite like bank robber outlaw movie? And thank you so much for listening. And you all have a great day.